All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are unpacking an absolutely explosive growth story for a company called CuddlesAI. We're looking at a super specific window here, just 28 days from March 13th to April 9th, 2026. And believe me, a lot happened. We're going to follow the data trail to see who's showing up, where they're coming from, and, most importantly, what they're actually doing.
So that brings us to the big question, right? How much can a brand's digital world really expand in less than a month? Well, when you look at the numbers for CuddlesAI, they're pretty staggering. Let's see what the data has to say.
Get this, in that 28-day period, CuddlesAI pulled in 2,500 new users. I mean, just to put that into perspective, that's like an entire sold-out theater full of people finding the brand for the very first time. But, who are they? And are they just browsing, or is there more to it?
Okay, so who are these 2,500 new people? Are they loyal fans who finally made an account, or are they just curious passersby? To figure that out, we gotta zoom out a little and look at the bigger picture.
So, first up, let's get that bird's eye view of all the user activity. This is going to give us a sense of the overall buzz on the platform before we get into the really nitty-gritty details.
Okay, and right away, this is where the story gets really interesting. CuddlesAI saw 2,500 new users, but the total number of people who were actually active during that time was 1,300. So what does that tell us? It tells us the platform is an absolute magnet for first-time visitors. It's kind of like a hot new restaurant that has a line stretching around the block every single night.
So, we've got this flood of new people coming in, but how are they even finding CuddlesAI? Are they just stumbling onto it by accident, or are they actively seeking it out? Let's take a look.
Wow. Okay, this chart right here, it says so much about brand power. A whopping 1,200 people came to the site through direct traffic. That means they literally typed the CuddlesAI name right into their browser. This isn't some accidental click from a search engine. This is intentional. People know the name.
And where are these users coming from? Well, geographically, the US is the clear heavyweight champ, with almost 1,000 active users. But check this out, South Africa is coming in at a strong number 2. This really suggests the brand has this growing international vibe that's reaching way beyond its home base. And you can see it's not just South Africa. We're seeing more and more people from the UK, France, and the Netherlands. It's pretty clear, CuddlesAI is starting to become a global thing.
Okay, so we know who's coming to the party, and we know where they're from, but here's the real question. Are they actually sticking around and enjoying themselves? Let's dig into what people are doing once they land on the site. And the first sign of life is very strong. Over 6,000 page views in just 28 days. So this tells us it's not just a revolving door. People are arriving, and then they're clicking around, they're exploring, and they're digging deeper to see what CuddlesAI is all about. So where's all the action happening? Well, no surprise here, the 2 main landing pages are the undisputed stars of the show, each pulling in about 2,900 views. But take a look at the Cuddles Premium page. It's starting to get some real attention. That could be a little hint of what's coming next.
And this, my friends, is the million-dollar question. Clicks and views are great, but are people actually engaged? Are they reading the text, watching the videos, and really absorbing what's there? Or are they just taking a quick look and bouncing?
And here it is, the number that tells the real story, 14 seconds. That's the average amount of time a user is actively engaged on the site. Now that is a very, very short window to make a lasting impression. So, what does this 14-second metric really tell us? It says that CuddlesAI is absolutely fantastic at grabbing attention and getting people in the door. The next big challenge? Turning that initial spark of curiosity into a much longer, more meaningful visit. That's where the real growth is going to happen. Okay, so we've followed the user all the way from their very first visit to their first click. Now it's time for the most important part of the story. Are they taking that final step? Are they showing real, actual interest in buying? Now, when we look at the raw data of what people are doing, we see all the usual suspects, right? Page views, starting a session, scrolling. This is basically the background noise of any website. But what we're looking for is the signal through that noise. But hidden deep inside this ocean of data is that one single action that truly matters. It's the one that tells us a user has shifted from being just a casual browser to a potential customer. And there it is, 44. In just 28 days, 44 different people clicked the order link. Now that is so much more than a simple click. It's like a user raising their hand in a crowded room. It's a crystal clear signal that they are interested in buying.
In the analytics world, we call this a conversion event. It's that moment when a user does something that the business actually cares about. And for Cuddles AI, this right here is the golden metric. It's the number of people standing right on the verge of becoming customers.
So, let's just wrap this all up. In 28 days, Cuddles AI has shown it's a powerful brand that's attracting a huge wave of new users both in the US and all over the world. And yeah, there's absolutely room to get people to stick around longer, but the key thing is the site is already turning casual visitors into real potential customers. The foundation is solid.
I mean, this little 28-day snapshot shows a brand that is right on the edge of something massive. The momentum is just undeniable. So the only real question left is, how big can this thing get? Thanks for tuning in.